Hey guys, Square with Camel ADV. We've got our Yamaha T7 here. Having a little bit of an issue with fuel transferring from the Camel Tank on the bike into the main tank. And we've been scratching our heads trying to figure it out and finally figured out what the issue was. The fuel comes from the Camel Tank into the main tank using siphon, and the main cap on the tank wasn't sealing properly. So we're losing all of our vacuum, so we had no siphon. Other people that don't even have Camel tanks, but they've got a tank bag here and they drop their bike, and because the main cap isn't sealing properly, they're soaking their tank bags with fuel when the bike's leaned over. So we figured out what's going on with it, and we've got a real quick and easy and cheap fix to do it. So I'll show you that right now. So this cap was taken apart because we were trying to figure out what was going on with it. And there's 4 springs underneath here, and this is the seal. So this seal sits up against the ring on the fuel tank, and when you clip the cap on, the seal pushes in, which is great. The problem is that if you are running a tank bag on this bike and it's sitting here, the weight of the tank bag moving around, the cap can rock quite a bit. And this one's rocking a lot more than the normal because, like I said, it's in pieces and we don't have the latches in here, but you'll get the idea. So it loads the springs a little bit, but it still rocks a bunch. And you can go out and have a look at that on your bike. Just go out and push on it and see how much it moves. So when that happens, the seal on the top of the tank is actually lifting off on one side or another. So you're letting fuel vapor come out. In the case of the Camel Tank, you're losing the vacuum that we need to pull fuel out of the Camel Tank. And if you have dropped your bike and there's some pressure on your tank bag, this thing can be kind of cocked off on the side and leaking fuel onto your tank bag. So no good whatsoever. So we pulled the whole cap apart looking for a solution to fix this issue, and it ended up being something super simple. And we're just adding a secondary seal. So the sealing surface here is very thin. There's not a lot of give in it. It's quite hard, and then of course all the deflection with the springs causes an issue. So to fix that, we've got a secondary seal. Real simple concept here. We simply add this seal into this groove. It just sits in this little pocket here, like so. And you can put a couple of drops of crazy glue on there. I'm not going to do it because this one is, like I said, this cap is falling apart. We had to drill some screws out because they're Loctite in here with red. We can't put any heat on here to get the Loctite to loosen without melting seals and stuff. So this one's kind of going to be a throwaway. But you can see that that new seal just sits in that groove. And a couple of drops of crazy glue, Gorilla Glue, whatever, doesn't matter. You don't need very much. And that's enough that when you clip the cap on, it maxes out the springs. So you're getting maximum tension, and the cap can no longer rock back and forth. And you don't lose vacuum, you don't have vapor coming out of here, and you don't have fuel if you drop the bike. So this one is the actual cap off this bike, and you can see the seal has been installed here. And you can see there's a little bit of a groove in there, and that's just from the pressure of the filler neck against the cap and against the spring. So once you put the seal on your cap and give it a couple of drops, you want to install it before the glue dries. So you're going to go push it on. This bike, you need the key in here to get the cap on. And when that seal is totally flat, meaning it doesn't have this groove in it yet, which comes with time, when you go to put this on, you're going to push down, and it's not going to want to click in. So the trick, the first few times you do this, is you're going to push down on one side or the other. And you can just hear that the tab on this side locked in. And now that's locked in on the other side. And you want to make sure that you're not trying to twist the key until everything is locked in properly. Now over time, this one has been on the bike for like 6 months just because of testing. After you've got some time on it and you've got a groove in there, this one I can just put on like a normal cap, but you can see there's a tiny bit of rock here, back and forth, but nothing escapes from it when you do put some pressure on it. That's it, that's all. 3 dabs of crazy glue and about 5 minutes, you're done. Call it a day. You can run your tank bag on here over rough terrain and not be losing the vacuum you need for your Camel Tank and not soaking your tank bag in fuel. Seals are available on the website now. Check them out. Thanks for watching.
Ho ho!